Something that currently happened that kind of opened my eyes right now is that I was about to put on the clips for the video that I actually showed you guys on TikTok as a promotion, my second video for YouTube. But the funny thing is that my clips were deleted. I don't know how I lost them, but I can find them anyway. But since I have a spirit of not giving up, of not allowing failure to take over my life, I decided to create another topic for today. So today I'm gonna focus on my trip on 2025 up until 2026 because my 5 year plan, that is when it actually started, when I came back from the bush or from the mountain, if I should say, from becoming a man, and then when I started there, how things went. So please stay tuned as I actually explore on how I actually went about it. So on the year of 2024, I was actually doing my trip, grade 12, as you all know. So when I was doing my grade 12, actually this quiet person, I was actually this introverted guy that never really liked huge group of friends or whatever you can call it. So what actually happened is that I stayed motivated because during my grade 11 year, which is 2023, I was very average on my studies. So I told myself I'm going to dedicate myself, I'm going to be disciplined, I'm going to push hard as I can in order to get things going. So it happened. And then what actually happened is that in 2025, I started the year on a high peak. I pretended as if it's term 4, which is the last term of the session of the year for school. So I actually did work hard. I did work hard a lot. I did actually work hard on my studies. And then what actually happened is that I passed my first term, but it was average marks, the ones that I usually get, because I've always been an average learner. Second term, I actually did more than that because I dedicated myself. I told myself, you're blocking everything, you're blocking music. Since I was doing music, I was a producer, I was rapping and all that. And when you have these things around you, you will never focus. But I told myself I'm staying dedicated, I'm actually doing this. So I did that actually. And then what actually happened, my marks improved, my results improved. And I was actually glad. And I told myself I'm going to do more on the third term. But something happened. Distractions came because I thought to myself that okay, since I actually know this type of thing, since I actually saw my marks improving, now I had this thing about me or inside me saying, now you can actually do this, man. You definitely gonna up your marks on term 3. But as I said, distractions came. I started dating. I started bunking classes. Not actually bunking classes, bunking extra classes. So I realized that after I got my results for term 3, so I wasn't really happy about my marks. But I told myself I'm locking in again on term 4 and I'm putting it all because that's the last year that determines what you were doing the whole year in grade 12, and there's no second chances. The only second chance you're going to get are preliminary exams, and I didn't want that. I wanted to finish that year so that next year, which is last year 2025, I wanted to focus on something else, either going to school or actually creating something for myself. I had that belief of being successful once, but I never pictured it before. Then, in 2024. So what actually happened is that I studied. Then I decided to go to camp with all the children that were going to camp at school, and I actually went. When I was there, I was studying very hard. While they were busy chatting outside, I would go early to extra classes and say, I want to real study. Can you just borrow? And I would ask my teachers actually to borrow me their key to actually go and study. So that's when I actually started to be dedicated and to be disciplined and to prove myself that I can actually do it. So I actually did it, and I studied very hard. I studied very hard, and I used to listen to these soft, calm music so that I can concentrate because I was struggling with agricultural sciences mostly. So I actually went all in. I locked in, and after that, there came exams. Exams are very hard, eh? Because when you're in the paper, your friends are not there, your family is not there, it's only you and the paper in front of you. You have to answer all those questions. What have you been studying the whole freaking year? So, what happened will shock you. I actually did well than I expected because most of the people that I knew that were the highest, higher than me, they were doing better than I was doing at school. I kind of outshined them there because I got a B. Yeah, you're looking at a guy that went out of high school with a bachelor pass. So, before getting to the results, I didn't know the results when I was done writing the exams. So, it was also the year for me to actually go to the mountain and become a man. So, I went there. I do not want to lie, I was actually afraid, really afraid. So, what actually happened is that I went there and I told myself, I'm gonna become a man and I'm gonna come back good. There's nothing that can actually stop me. So I finally became a man and I stayed there for like 3 weeks. So as I was staying there for 3 weeks, what actually happened, I met this guy that I've been telling you guys about, Marcus Daza, and some other friends that I met. So we were there, we lived in a big hut, if you could say. Yeah, we were living there together by prayer, by the Bible, because there were so the real pastors they were coming there preaching to us, telling us the word of God, and I appreciate them for doing that. I really appreciate them. So I actually there was a spot there that we actually went to chill at to actually like you know speak about things. So as we were speaking about these things, I actually learned a lot from this guy. Like this guy is going somewhere. He has huge mentality that I have to copy. So he introduced me to human gods as I said there back then. So we were actually exploring ideas, sharing ideas. Man, I want to do this. I also want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. So we actually did come from there to the real world. So that is where it actually started. So when I came back as a man, the first thing that I experienced was hardship. I really felt pain, hardship, and all that. Because when I came back and I actually started researching on how to actually do social media marketing, which is the current company that I'm currently building right now, called Trendy Vibes Agency. So that is when Trendy Vibes Agency came about, when I came back from the bush or from the mountain. So when I came back, I brainstormed the idea. I kept in touch with Marcus Daza. So as I was doing that, actually, trying to do this business, trying to build it, I started exercising even more. I worked even hard. I was typing things, and then I got marked. My phone got marked. My first phone got marked, and then I lost everything. I felt drained. I felt like something was ripped away. Something was taken away. So as I was doing that, I felt like, what's the point of going forward? But it didn't stop there. I got a second phone, I went about it again. But this time I was applying for jobs to actually have money because they didn't have money. My thinking told me that you need money to actually create a successful business at the time. So around February 2025 again, I was marked. He took my second phone again. And that is where I said, nah, there's something wrong. There must be something that I did to someone to actually deserve this thing. But it didn't stop there. I waited a long time. So I used my mother's phone. But before I used my mother's phone, something happened. My friend actually passed away. My best friend that I was close with, the one that I was doing music with, called he was known as Young K. So I actually lost my brother. RIP to him. So I was actually I was like, this year is not for me because I already drafted the 5 year plan on January, saying, okay, I'm drafting this and this and this. I'm gonna do this in 5 years' time. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Mind you that when I came back from the bush, I promised my mother and my father in front of everyone that I'm gonna make them fly a plane, that I'm gonna make them drive cars that no one has ever seen. I'm gonna make them live in a big house. And I spoke that on the microphone, there were speakers, people were listening, the house was full. But I said it with no regret because I was motivated then. Now this time, after losing my friend, after losing two phones, I felt like I don't know where I'm going. Still looking at that, my computer exploded. I don't know what happened to it, but it exploded at the back. I don't know what happened, if maybe it's the power source. It had a default or whatever, but it exploded. I don't know what I thought next. I thought of like, nah, there must be some sort of attack, seeing me actually going somewhere. And what happened next will shock you. So I got this job. I got this job. It actually was a marketing company. So as I was working there, I learned a lot about hardship, about growth, about marketing, and all those things. And I said, okay, this type of job, okay, cool. So now, as I was keeping contact with marketers, he told me, bro, you're losing the plan. You are like you are forgetting where we're going, bro. You don't work for nobody. You're actually doing this for you to actually boom up. So as I was saying, I thought, nah, man. Marcus, this time I need to figure out things. I have to actually level up my life right now because I need money, bro. I need money, even for the businesses you're telling me about. I need money to actually promote it and all that. So I actually continued, and then up until I saw that this is not for me, my mind came back, but it came back around September because on April, that is when I joined the company. And I don't want to lie, things were good for me. I actually thought that things happened because they wanted to limit this company, but I was there for growth, not there for settlement. I wasn't there to settle. I wasn't there to actually relax. That was not my destiny. And I thought it was at first. Anyone could, because I don't want to lie, the things that were happening there, I climbed boats, I fly the plane to Joburg using that job, and I thought, man, I'm becoming successful. I'm actually doing it. But no, it was a temporary thing. And when I realized it, I said, let me go back home and restart. Let me start from scratch. So when I came back home, I decided to spend a week and study the things, the 5 year plan that I wrote. Does it merge with the thing that I was doing? Does it merge with the company? No, it doesn't. But I had to go through there to learn something. And I learned a lot. I grew a lot. And I appreciate the company for actually accepting me. I don't want to lie. They treated me as one of their own. They did nothing wrong actually. But I understand that it was part of the role for me. It was destiny. So when I came back around the age of September, that is whereby I came back and I told myself, I'm not betraying my company again. I'm staying locked in 25 agency. So I told myself, brother, you gotta make it happen. So I was making it happen now. I told myself, I'm not actually stopping anymore. I'm doing it 100%, and I'm doing it 100%. I'm doing it fully this time. I don't want no games. I don't want no thingies. I'm doing this in a disciplined manner. So I came back, I exercised even more. I researched even more, I read my plans even more, and I put my head into it even more. So I actually invested myself. Told myself, since I have a skill of playing piano, how about I use that to get some income? I play for churches, I play for services, I play for events, then I get a certain amount of money. And then I can invest it on the business to make it grow. And that I never thought about it before. And remember, I was working for a company that was paying me around one point something, right? I don't want to lie, there was a commission company, but I was making sales and I made some money. But I was losing sales at some point because failure is part of the process. You have to understand that you're never gonna get somewhere if you don't actually fail, if you don't expect failure. Because Bruce Lee once said that people always look at the wins, that I'm gonna win, I'm gonna do that, but you never expect failure. But when it comes, you get disappointed and then you drop things up. No, failure is part of winning. I know a lot of people that failed before. I mean, like, look at Rowan Axton, Mr. Bean. Yeah, that guy actually was rejected by many movies, many Hollywood producers because of the way he speaks English. He couldn't speak properly, but he came up with his own show. Look where he is now. That guy, he motivates me. He endured the failure. He told me, I'm not gonna stop because people undervalue me, because people put me down. I'm gonna get up and actually do something about it. He went that way. He chose that route of not allowing failure to determine his destiny. You shouldn't also. So, as I was saying, that was my process on 2025 up until October. So, I don't want to lie, things were hard here at home. There was no money, even now. I'm currently doing my best to actually change that situation. So as I am here on this video, I'm not playing no games no more. This is not just for content, but this is my grind. This is my hustle. People telling me that I'm making myself better by doing this, or I see myself as this streamer or whatever. I don't give a damn. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my future, so that other people also could watch my videos when I am successful, to actually look at me and say this guy came from this point to this point, and he's South African on top of that, because I don't know a lot of people that are actually successful in South Africa the hard way. So you might be a trader, you might be an entrepreneur, you might be in school. Don't undervalue yourself. Put yourself up here. Always think here, always think big to receive big things. Because I mean, I could have stopped even recording this video. I wasn't gonna make any video because I did, like, my clips were deleted. I don't know what actually happened to them, and I never thought that I would actually search for them and not find them there, because they were there on my phone. I don't know what actually happened, but that didn't stop me from doing what I want, because I know that there are a lot of things that actually happened to me in the past, that I failed a lot, and the thought of actually saying that I am actually thinking of that failure determines my future is no longer there in my mind. I told myself I'm locking in this year, and I was speaking with Marcus because I told him on the 31st of December around 11 p.m. On the 31st of December 2025, I told him, man, I'm locking in this year. No more playing games, no more saying I'm doing this and I'm not doing it anymore, no more losing interest. I am staying locked in up until the end of the year. And I am going to do that. I am going to do that. I'm actually going to do it because I'm doing it as I'm doing it now. I'm going to watch my videos. I watch my videos to motivate myself. I watch other videos too. I'm not saying that I'm not watching other videos. I'm still watching them, and I'm watching mine more often to look at myself and see this guy actually has something that's coming. It's brewing inside and it's growing and it's going somewhere. And I'm telling myself that I am going to get where I want to be. I am. But the real question is, where do you actually see yourself? Who do you want to be in the future? Because I mean, that is my history. I'm telling my story from back then to now. I did this, I did this, I did that, and I'm actually gonna do more because I know where I'm coming from. I'm keeping track of where I'm coming from to actually go forward. But what about you? What are you gonna do? Do you have a plan? Do you have a backup plan? Some of you don't. But start from today. Actually think, what actually do I want? What do I want after school? What do I want after university? You have to think. I'm not at university yet. I'm not there. I'm here. I only have grade 12 under my name. Grade 12. I passed well. I'm not chasing school, bro. I'm not saying that school is bad. Do not please misunderstand that. Please, I do value school. It's not that I'm not going to study, but I am studying. So the thing that I actually learned from the guy that I was speaking with, as I said on the TikTok video that was actually deleted, is that he told me that knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the only way. And as you saw, the houses are very fantastic. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Now I'm actually searching for designs to actually create a house. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy any house anytime soon. I'm not saying that it will never happen. It will happen. Just preparing myself for the future. I'm actually designing houses. I'm checking cars, clothing styles, and all that. I'm dressing the way I want to dress in the future. I'm looking the way, as you can see, my physique. I'm training as hard as I can to actually get there. So even my morning routines, I wake up, I clean the house, I wash the dishes, I sweep the floor. And those are the things that actually you train yourself. You change your habits slowly but surely. And then there's this thing when you're sitting alone. When you're sitting alone, that is the most time you actually saw yourself that I am very disciplined. Because you can do these things in front of people, but if you don't do them when people don't see you, that's real discipline. Because discipline puts its appearance even if you're alone. It doesn't need for you to actually have people around you to actually do the right thing. You have your conscious mind telling you, don't do this, do that, don't do this, do this, it's time to do this, and have a plan of where you're going. If you wake up and you don't have a plan, I'm telling you, you're gonna end the day without any improvement, without any progress, because you didn't plan the day before you slept. I'm planning my day. I woke up, I knew that I'm gonna make a YouTube video today, and I'm actually gonna do that, and I'm doing it. Even though I know that my clips were deleted, I don't give a damn. I'm doing a YouTube video. As my plans say, there's always a second way. Always look for another route. If things fail, there is another way of doing the same thing. Not change the thing. Don't give up on the thing just because you failed. So that is the power of discipline. The power of having positivity always. Change the negative things into positive. Always look for the positive side in every negative thing. If you're disabled, don't put negativity in your mind. Just because you're disabled, you cannot walk, you can speak, you cannot walk, you cannot see, you cannot speak. Don't undervalue yourself. Even if that's the case, there is always hope. You can do something with that. If you are actually sitting there, you cannot walk, grab a laptop, grab something, start an online business. If you cannot hear, actually design something to make you hear, because your mind is still working. You know that I cannot hear. You can search things, you can search stuff on the online side, on the internet. You can search anything to make you, like, you can be successful in anything you do. Don't undervalue yourself by skin color, by background, by family, by anything, because it suits everyone. And this content is not for black people only, also white people. I am not a racist person at all. I actually believe that we are one. Whether you're albino or you what, I don't give a damn. As long as you watch my content and you're gaining from it, that is the best thing I want for you. So that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's more stuff to come from me, growth only, because I'm not motivating you guys to actually limit yourself. You're still at school, starting the year, set goals, saying that, okay, for the first term I want to do this and this and this, second term I want to do this, I want to improve even more, I want to fight even more. See the future before it happens. See it in your mind, say you're gonna get the promotion before you get it. This year is it's that year for you, but you just have to lock in. You just have to push yourself harder. You have to make sure it happens in your mind before it displays in your life, because everything you think shows its appearance. Hope. I hope you learned a lot today. And with that note, I would like you to grab a pen and grab a paper. And right now, I would like you to actually write 10 things you want this year. And don't show anyone. Keep them with you. Read them every day. If you have them, you can put them on the wall like this in your room. These are not my plans, but these are things to keep me going. You can actually do that also. Put it on your wall. Remind yourself that this is what I want. Each and every day when you wake up, you read it 1 to 10. Before you exit the house, you read it 1 to 10. When you come back, you read it 1 to 10. Before you sleep, you read it 1 to 10. It will create something inside. It will change something. You will have purpose to wake up. You will have purpose to actually do something without even thinking foolish things. You know that you don't have time to play around. I have a list full of 10 things that I have to do for this year. 365 days. I have to do that. So that is you being locked in. You have to do it. Don't only let your body tell you what to do when, or your emotions. Don't allow that to control you. Don't allow it to control you. Do what you gotta do. Guys, that's the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and please stay tuned for even more content like this. I promise you'll be learning a lot from these coming videos, because I am drafting. As I said, you have to plan the things that you gotta do. So I'm planning each and every video. I know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. So please stay tuned. Up until the next video, have a lovely evening.